In the quiet village of Ijid, a young woman named Amarachi lived with her widowed mother. Amarachi was kind, beautiful, and hardworking. Every morning, she fetched water from the stream and helped her mother sell roasted yam in the market. One day, while returning from the stream, she met a tall, handsome man standing at the edge of the forest. His name was Obina, and he claimed to be a traveler who lost his way. He had deep eyes, a calm voice, and a strange kind of charm that made Amarachi forget the world around her. Obina helped her carry her water pot, and they spoke like old friends. Amarachi felt something she had never felt before. What she didn't know was that nobody in the village had seen Obina come in or go out. Over the next few weeks, Obina kept appearing, always near the forest, always alone. He never came into the village or met Amarachi's mother. Amarachi didn't mind. She had fallen in love. Obina said he was building a house in the forest and promised to marry her. Amarachi kept it a secret from everyone, even her mother. She visited him often, and each time she returned, she felt lightheaded and dreamy. One evening, Obina placed a smooth white stone in her palm and said, "As long as you love me, hold on to this. It will keep you safe." She smiled, thinking it was a sign of true love. But the stone was warm, too warm, like it had just come from a fire. A month later, Obina asked Amarachi to marry him. But the wedding was not in the village, it was inside the forest. She dressed in her mother's old wrapper and followed him into the trees. At a small clearing with strange white flowers, Obina whispered strange words. The tree swayed, and the wind grew cold, but Amarachi felt no fear. She repeated the vows he gave her and placed her hand in his. There were no drums, no family, no guests, just wind, trees, and the voice of Obina. When he said, "You are mine forever," the ground beneath them seemed to sigh. That night, she stayed with him in the forest, and her life changed forever. Weeks passed, and Amarachi began to feel tired. Food made her sick, and she often woke up from strange dreams. Her mother noticed the change, but Amarachi had no answer. Then one morning, her belly moved slightly. Amarachi gasped. She hadn't seen Obina in days, and now, she was pregnant. Fear and confusion filled her heart. She tried going back to the clearing, but it was gone. The path had disappeared. She returned with tears, clutching the white stone Obina gave her. It burned her hand. She dropped it, and it cracked open, only to reveal a single black feather inside. Rumors started in the village. Some women said they saw Amarachi talking to herself. Others claimed they saw her walking into the forest at night. One old man, Baba turned, warned Amarachi's mother. "Your daughter is carrying something not of this world. Spirits walk with her." But Mama Amarachi was too afraid to believe it. The village priestess, Mama Nena, called Amarachi one day. She looked into her eyes and said, "You are married, but not to a man. That thing growing inside you, it's not just a child." Amarachi fainted. Amarachi woke in her room, sweating. She could hear whispers even though she was alone. That night, she had a dream. Obina stood over her, smiling, but his eyes were hollow and full of fire. In the dream, she saw herself giving birth, not in a room, but in a river. Her cries echoed, and a black feather floated on the water. She woke up screaming. In her hand was the same feather she saw in the dream. She ran to Mama Nena with it. The priestess burned the feather in firewood and chanted, "This child will come, but it will come with a price," she warned. When Amarachi finally gave birth, there was no cry. Only silence. The child was beautiful but strange. His eyes glowed slightly in the dark, and his skin stayed cool even under the sun. The villagers feared the baby. Children wouldn't go near him, and animals avoided the compound. At night, strange birds perched on the roof. Some villagers said the baby could disappear and appear again in a blink. Mama Nene came and said, "This is no ordinary child. He is half man, half spirit. He belongs to two worlds." Amarachi held her baby tighter. She didn't care. He was hers. One stormy night, Obina returned. But he didn't walk, he floated. His voice was deep and distant. "You have done well," he said to Amarachi. "Now you must give him to me." Amarachi screamed and held the child tight. "No. He is mine." Obina reached out, but the child stared at him, and Obina vanished into smoke. Mama Nena arrived just after. "The child has chosen. He belongs here now." But the spirits will never stop watching. The wind howled, and the fire in the lantern went out on its own. As the child grew, a mark appeared on his chest, a spiral, glowing faintly. He could speak with animals and sense danger before it happened. He was both a blessing and a curse. Some villagers feared him, others worshipped him. Amarachi raised him with love, but deep inside, she knew he was not entirely hers. She called him Chibik, God is strength. One day, Chibik asked, "Mama, where is my father?" Amarachi paused, looked at the trees beyond their home, and said, "Your father is the wind that watches and waits." Years passed, and Chibik became a young man. He healed sick animals and warned the village of storms before they came. People began to call him the forest child. Obina never returned, but Amarachi felt his presence in dreams, in wind, and in silence. She protected her son with all her strength, knowing he was meant for something greater. And so, the story of the woman who married a spirit and birthed a child of two worlds became a legend in Nigeria. A warning and a mystery, whispered whenever the wind blew through the trees.